3 videos every home stager can make. What you'll need a phone, which I'm holding. You'll need a tripod, although that's not always necessary. You definitely do not need something like a gimbal or a fancy microphone. I've just got that on for this, making this video, but the videos you definitely don't need those things. They are an added bonus, but do not let a lack of equipment be an excuse. Let's jump into video number 1. So what you want to do is set your phone up on a tripod. I've only got this one phone, so I have to sort of play a bit of phone tag here. But put your phone in here, point it at a certain part of the house. I recommend a coffee table or a dining table. I'll show you. So you want to give yourself plenty of room. I'll probably edit this later so we can zoom in. I've got this window on the right-hand side here showing some of this empty space up the top. We can zoom in a little bit later and play around. All right, so this is a nice and simple one. Before you go and put your accessories down, I'm at a pack up, I'm packing this up, so I'm doing it in reverse order. You can do it like that. But if you're at an install styling a table or a coffee table, have everything ready and then go and place the items down, not one by one, but maybe you want at least 3 or 4 different placings of accessories. So maybe I'll do the tray first, this collection second, third and fourth, and hopefully I can remember exactly where they were placed. Is placing them one by one on the table. And make sure you get out of frame for each shot. We're back in. Obviously I've hit record on the camera and we're recording all of this. And this is all one continuous shot as well. And let's just pretend for argument's sake that that is exactly how it was before. I think it's pretty good. And that is it. Pretty simple. You've got your 1-2 minute clip of you putting things onto a dining table. You could have done a coffee table. You can do a kitchen bench. You can do a couch with some artwork in the background. You get the idea. So we're going to take that clip. We're going to edit everything in phone, on the phone via an app. Let's go back to the office and show you how to do that. Just jumping quickly in here, I'm editing this whole video together right now after everything has been filmed. Now I'm just going to add a little cursor to show you where I'm tapping with my finger. I promise you the edits you're about to see were done in the app with my thumbs, but I'm trying to describe the buttons where they are on the screen. It's better if I now record over the top with the cursor. So yeah, you'll see the cursor, but I promise you everything was done on my phone. Okay, so I am in an app called CapCut. It's free. There are other free alternatives out there too, so feel free to play around and test out whatever apps you would like. But yeah, this one's a good one. So I'm in CapCut and hit the new project up the top. And this is a folder I created earlier with all the clips we'll need. This one is the one we just took. And we add that to our timeline. So if I tap my finger on the video itself down the bottom here, I can scroll back and forth. This big white bar on the left, I can move inwards to start the video at a different point, and I can do the same on the other end. So when you tap the video in the timeline, it will bring up a set of editing options. As you can see, I'm scrolling through here. What I like to do is I tap on the video and I go to volume. It's usually the first thing I do if you don't want the volume in the track, and I definitely do not. And you drag that all the way down to 0 and tick the tick in the bottom right hand corner, so that will now be muted. What we want to do is drag this left hand side bar, the white bar, to the starting point. So I talk for a lot of this. Or an alternative way is you can scroll to the point you want. So that's the moment I want to start. You tap on the clip and split, this split option down the bottom left hand corner. Tap that. Now I tap on the left clip here. I don't want any of this. So I want to delete, which is in the bottom right hand corner. Delete, that's all gone. My video, I'll play until I'm just dragging with my finger on the clip to about there. When I go out of shot, tap on the clip again, hit split, go to the point probably about here when I'm starting to get the second group of accessories, split the clip, and I want to get rid of all of that. So delete. So now if you see, I'll go straight from there. Oh no, what happened there? This is a good example. There is an undo button about halfway up on the right hand side. Undo. There we go. Place that. I might split the clip there, scroll forward to maybe about there. Do it again and delete this middle part. Play to there. Maybe split it there. Scroll forward, and this will be the last one about there. Split. Delete the middle part. And There we go. There, and I'll split it again. I'll just delete the back end of that. And there's also this watermark of CapCut black bar. Click that and delete that as well. So currently 17 seconds. There's no sound or anything like that. And that looks pretty good. And you can download this clip in the top right hand section. Just hit the little arrow. That will export to your phone. Go ahead and upload that to Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Facebook, wherever you would like to do. Add some music, of course. If you want to get a little bit fancier, only a little bit, let's start a new project and add that video in that we just made. Again, delete the back section, the watermark there. What I like to do is tap the clip. Now we're gonna do a little zoom because it's pretty static like this. Let's add a zoom. So see the diamonds just under the main part there, about halfway down the screen. Little diamond, I'm gonna tap on that. And that is called a keyframe. That's added a keyframe. It like sets a mark, I suppose, in the video. We go right to, so that was at the start, we go right to the end and set another keyframe by hitting the diamond. Now, while we're on that keyframe, I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna take 2 fingers and basically pinch like you would sort of zoom in on a photo on your phone. I'm gonna go out there, not too big, but let's give that a look. Now we go back to the start and watch this. It's a nice, it's a pretty subtle zoom. If you want something a little bit more obvious, you can obviously zoom in further in that back keyframe. You can also zoom out, so you could have started zoomed in it and zoomed out the opposite by those keyframes. Now I left the blank section at the end just to give it a little bit, just so people can see the end result. And that's that. So you can download that one and that's ready to post. Video number 2, we don't need a tripod, you just need your phone. What we're gonna do is go to the front of the property. This is called a walkthrough video. Super simple, very effective. We use these videos all the time. So you're gonna be filming vertical. You're going to be walking through the property, 2 hands on your camera. Use this table as a tripod for a second. So I'll be at the front door. Got my microphone on, so you should be able to hear this okay. My phone in my hands. I usually put my elbows against my sides just to keep the footage nice, slow and steady. That is the key here. You want slow and steady and smooth. Phone like this, and you're walking through the whole property like this. Nice and slow, about this pace. Don't worry about sound, don't worry about background noise. We'll cut all that out later. Let's have a look at how I would film this property. Nice and slow. There's a mirror there. I usually try to avoid myself in the mirror. I would have shut that door before. It's just a laundry, so I'd probably just focus on the key rooms. Nice, slow, steady. We can edit things later, but it's always better if you don't have to. Squeaky shoes, I don't know if anyone can hear that. Kitchen, and there's outdoor. I probably would have picked those couches up, cushions up, but I didn't. This video, nice sweeping. I take a couple steps inside the room, get another angle of this beautiful living dining, maybe another shot of the kitchen, ignore the gimbal and stuff, keys on the table. I would have removed those as well. And just keep filming while we go upstairs. Now, if you've got a single story home, makes things even easier. Even film up the stairs, because we can edit this part out later. I haven't actually been up here, so I don't know which way I'm going. You will obviously know where you're headed. Nice little sweep of that bedroom. That probably wasn't the best turn. I did a full 360. Nice and slow. Don't worry about bathrooms unless they're a real showpiece of the property. Single, TP, and this will be the master. Nice sweep. Done. Now, one thing I didn't mention, I filmed on just normal mode there with my iPhone. iPhones and I think Samsungs and other have a zoom out mode, like a 0.5. That actually sometimes looks a lot nicer. Just be careful. Some rooms can look really empty when you go to the 0.5 mode because it has that sort of fisheye effect. But just be aware that sometimes it makes the room look really big and the furniture look really small. So yeah, just something to be aware of. Okay, so this is video number 2, the walkthrough. I have added the clip to CapCut. This is a minute and 39 seconds of just walking through the property. Now it's me talking and explaining, so let's just tap on the video down the bottom there, scroll across in the editing section to volume and drag that volume down right at the start before we start making any changes. You can do this at the end, but I like to scroll right to the end and delete the CapCut part as well. You want to choose a starting point. I might start about here. I'll drag that over, and that is now my starting point. Pretty happy with this clip. It's not perfect. I probably should have walked through the property, got to know exactly where I wanted to film, move the gimbal, the keys, everything out of the road. But it's looking pretty good. If you really want to get fancy, you can speed up certain sections. I'm not going to show you how to do this in this video. I think it's a little bit beyond the scope. You might just want to stop the video and hit split and go forward and maybe just get rid of all this section. Maybe here, because then people know that you have been traveled upstairs. So I'm just going to delete that middle part. Again, you split the clip and press delete. Now we go straight from this video. We're now upstairs, a bit slow still. Again, that's not very engaging. Maybe even, you know what, I'm going to undo. I'll show you another approach to that. So let's delete that part. So what I've done, I've included a little bit of the stairs. And then let's go to, so you know you're coming up the stairs, and then we'll start it again here. So I've just included a small section. That's too long again. I don't love that. Let's undo that. So it's downstairs, pretend that's a beautiful kitchen without any gimbals or keys. A little bit of stairs, and then we go into the bedrooms. Okay. That turn, yeah, I could probably cut that out, to be honest. It's not terrible, but let's just split from there all the way to about there. Split and delete that middle section. That's 4.7 seconds. That's a long chunk of video where nothing really happened. You're not really losing any context. You understand that we're still in the same house. Yeah, we go through there. I'm just scrubbing through this, and that's a pretty good place to end, maybe about there. So that's 1 minute and 9 seconds. So look, not my finest work. For a simple video walkthrough, and again, if this is single story, this would probably take only 35 seconds. But yeah, the main part is just cut out any parts that are just long and boring. Maybe I could have walked slightly faster in this video too. Bonus points if you can do a walkthrough. I'm just going to press play. While I talk here. Bonus points if you can have someone point the camera at you while you do the walkthrough. So that's much more engaging. You can talk through your design choices, why you put this thing here, this furniture here, why you chose these colors and whatnot. And that also gets you on camera, and that's much more engaging for your potential clients to see who they're actually going to be doing business with. And another approach is you could right now in this app, and you can do this on Instagram and TikTok when you go to post as well, you can add a voiceover. If you don't want to go on camera yourself, or if you're the only one at the property and you can't obviously film yourself walking through and talking, you can add a voiceover. Let's have a look. So we click on audio down the bottom here, and where are we here? Voiceover. You see that little microphone? We just tap that. Tap or press and hold to record. When you tap that, it will start recording and playing through the video at the same time. So let's have a look. I'm holding, and I can be talking through my design choices. So this bed is, I'm not a stylist. Let's just pretend you guys know what you're talking about, and I certainly don't. And then you stop, and that will press tick, and look at that. There is a voiceover right there. So you just download the video, upload it to social media, add some music, you're good to go. Okay, video number 3 is a property highlight video. Not too dissimilar from the walkthrough video, but instead of one continuous video, we're taking lots of little shots and adding them together later in editing. So some tips for taking these videos. Gimbals, yes, they do definitely make things nice and smooth. It's just gonna make your clips look 10, 20, 30% better, but now your iPhones are pretty good. They have inbuilt stabilizers in them as long as they're built within the last, 5-6 years. Samsungs, I'm sure, have that ability as well. Some tips, like I said in the property walkthrough, elbows to your side and hold the phone, and just nice little steps. Now, something I've learned along the way as well, what you want to avoid, pretend I've got a phone in here, is just going to a room and just doing this panning motion. To every single room, you go that way, you go that way. You just stand in the same spot, you swivel your hips a bit or your arms. If you've got a couple of those shots within, say, your whole video, say you've got 10 to 15 shots in every video, maybe you can have 2 or 3 of those, fine. But you need to mix it up. The slower and smoother your footage, the better. It's gonna look so much nicer. And if you make a mistake, if you think something's a little bit wobbly on one of your shots, that's fine, just go back and do it again. So now I'm gonna grab the phone and I'll show you some of the shots that I like to take. Keep the subject in the middle of the frame here. Slow walk, movements around, just there. That's probably even too far. I would just, something like this. There's one. I'd probably take a few of those, so like I take one big step and just hold both feet on the ground and then just lean while I'm moving like that. I don't mind like a little zoom in as well. Say we've got a nice shot there and nice little movement in. A slight move backwards. And you can go ahead and do the forwards movement too. Kind of like these sort of shots where you got down low, you can sort of just slowly move back. Sometimes it might be a bit wobbly, so I just go in again. And do it again. Something I should have said at the top of the video is that I'm not a videographer. I'm not an expert at creating these types of videos, but that should be comforting to you in that if I can make these videos, you can too. It's about having the confidence to give it a go, knowing that it's not going to be perfect, and you keep trying. So these shots I'm doing now, I've learned over time, and again, I'm not an expert. They're not fantastic. There's much better things I can be doing, but if you set the bar so high in that if I don't reach this bar of professional photography or videography that you see the high-end real estate videos use, they're paying thousands of dollars, I'm guessing, or high hundreds of dollars for those videos. We don't have to reach those heights every single video or ever, to be honest. If you can get part of the way there and just improve slowly over time. And that's why I recommend these 3 videos. So let's keep taking a few shots of this property and then we'll edit it together. So I've gone around the home, I've taken a bunch of shots. I've just left my camera running. I like doing it that way because I usually edit on my computer. We're gonna be editing on an app, so it sort of depends which approach you like to take. It is a little bit more fiddly if you've got, I don't know, a 10-minute clip and you have to go through and sort of organize everything rather than if you take little individual clips. So if you've got 50 individual clips versus 30, it's gonna be much quicker to edit 30. But it's that balance that you kind of want the extra sometimes to make sure you got enough footage. So yeah, you're going to get better over time at taking the shots. You're going to need less shots. It's going to be quicker editing. Speaking of editing, let's take all this footage. Let's go back to the office and jump into CapCut once again and edit this video. Okay, for video 3, we're back in CapCut. I've uploaded all the clips I've been taking. Now I've got like 10 minutes worth of clips. That's way too long. You can see I'm actually describing some of the video that we've been through. So your clips will not be 10 minutes long. That's just going to take way too long. It's just an example. Usually you might have, I don't know, a couple of minutes worth of clips tops, hopefully in there, because 10 minutes will take you forever and you don't want that. Now, what we're going to be trying to find here is little clips, the best parts from all your clips. So say you have a 2-minute video and every 10 seconds you go and film a new little shot, and there'll be 2 or 3 key seconds of smooth movement of each shot that you want to keep, and everything else you get rid of. So let's have a little playthrough here. Find the point where it's smooth, probably from about, you want to be moving, you don't want to start your movement in, you don't want to see the start of the movement in the clip. So you already want to be moving. So see how I'm already moving and till about there. So let's just pause it there and let's play. Yeah, that's good. Maybe a little bit long, but that's good. That's basically what you want to aim for. There's a couple seconds of smooth movement and a bit of a right. That's a nice little move back there. Let's play. Yep. So from about there, split, delete the middle, press play. See it's a bit jarring because see how I started the movement? So I was basically still and then I started going back. So you want to already be moving. So let's delete that middle part there. Now let's have a look. So I'm moving to about there. Split. Then I just scrub through. I don't like that shot. Bit wobbly. Let's have a look. This is why you take lots of clips, because that's a bit shaky. Yeah, bit of a shake at the end, but for argument's sake, let's just choose that one. Let's have a look at what we got just quickly. I would actually, in this video, you sort of see this first clip, how we're coming to a stop of movement. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. So let's delete that out. Let's try again. Still a bit jumpy, but it's not too bad. I'd probably shorten up those first 2 a little bit. I'm not going to go through, what have we got, 8.5 minutes worth of clips here, but you get the idea. You go through, you find the smoothest movements in the video. Like I said, these ones are probably 2 seconds each. That's fine. They can be shorter, they can be longer, just depends how smooth your shots are. There's a bit of a wobble at the end of that one there. Now you don't have to do anything fancy in terms of crazy movements. Like I said, slow steady, smooth is the best. And so I'm just gonna go through and edit this, and I'll show you some of the end result. I'm not gonna do it live now because that would just take way too long. So once you've gone through, you've found your best clips, just go through again and make sure it's looking nice. You want a nice variety, some moving forward, some moving left to right a bit, some going around in a circle slowly. A nice variety of shots of the main of your favorite parts of the home. Now, how long does your video need to be? I've seen some videos that are awesome that are 4 or 5 seconds long, and of course there's plenty of videos that are over 1 minute long. So the length is up to you. If you want to start between that sort of 10-20 second mark, just so you can find your feet and get used to it, just do that. If you want to go longer, sure, no worries. So once you're done, you download, like the other videos, you download the video and upload it to social media, add your music, and you're off to go. And double bonus points again if you can provide an informative description when you're posting. Once you're done editing, your job's not done. I mean, it can be, but if you want to provide more value to your audience and be seen as more of a thought leader in the space and hopefully build more trust with your potential clients, it's good to add a description that perhaps shows a bit of history, the backstory of the property, what's happened, and of course your design or staging choices. Once you get confident in this editing process, it can be a good practice to edit your videos, the cuts of each shot, to a particular song, the beats of a song. But again, probably beyond the scope of this video. We can do that in a future one. So there you have it, 3 home staging videos you should be able to do with just your phone, and some of those a tripod as well, particularly the first one. But yeah, don't let equipment or skills be an excuse. If I can do these videos, you can do these videos. You'll get better over time the more you post. If you have questions, if you'd like to see something else, I didn't go through absolutely everything here, just leave a comment wherever you're watching this video, or a message, send me a message, send the page a message, and we will get back to you. Thanks so much for watching.